Hey, my name is Mark Nguyen, and from up north in Edmonton, Canada. Do we have some Canadians in the house? Woo! Fighting for the front. Awesome. Wow. Well, hey, and I've been in business with WFG, WSB now for 14 years almost, which means I started when I was 14 years old, the business. No, but I definitely looked like I was probably 14 years old when I got started, okay? And so, actually, you know, the reason why Coach wanted me to come up here was to really talk to you about my secret of staying young in WSB, right? So you guys want to know my secret? You ready for it? It's 2 words. If I can get the Elmo here. Right there, meeting mentality. No, I'm serious, you know. When I started in the business, I was 21 years old, and you know, at that time, I was a student in university, in my 3rd year in university, and I really didn't have any plans to really go into business or into a financial service industry at all, right? But you know, by chance, I kind of fell into this industry, and I was actually a product of the meeting mentality. You see, in about 2003, a gentleman, actually what Swan was doing, he was doing a Train the Trainer tour across North America. Some of you guys may remember. And he was doing a tour of about 6 to 7 cities across North America. And the last stop happened to be in Vancouver, Canada. And a gentleman by the name of Tran Nan, right, thankfully, he actually followed Swan to all 6 locations. And when he got to Vancouver, the day before the event, you know, he met me. I actually came home, and he was sitting on my couch. And I just came home from playing basketball, and so I was, you know, sweaty in shorts and a T-shirt. You can imagine me 14 years ago in a pair of shorts and a T-shirt, how young I looked. So, but you know, I give him a lot of credits. You know, he started talking to me about the business, and found out, he said, you know, I'm here on business. Do you want to learn about business? And I said, yeah, sure. So he invited me out to the meeting. And I'm pretty sure he snuck me into that event, but I went anyways. And the next morning I was there, and what I saw blew me away. You know, I saw Coach. You know, Coach wasn't talking about the opportunity. He wasn't talking about the business. But what I saw was him talking about financial education, just much like the financial education campaign we have right now. What if Tran wasn't that coachable? What if he didn't have that strong of a meeting mentality? What if Tran only went to 5 locations, not 6, right? Then I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be here today. You know, Hong Mai wouldn't be here today. Sandy Lin wouldn't be here today. Tony, Karen, many of the leaders on my team, the 200 of us that came from Canada wouldn't be here today, right? If it wasn't for a strong meeting mentality, right? But the meeting mentality, building a big business is a numbers game too. And you know, you heard them talking about recruiting and fast start, right? Those are all important things. But you know, without meeting mentality, you can't build anything. You know, I think when I came into this business, you know, I remember, you know, I thought, you know, maybe I'm too young. Maybe I was too experienced. I thought, you know, I was definitely too broke, right? And I thought maybe I lacked a market. And all those things came into my mind. But you know, I realized that one thing that I need to have was meeting mentality, and that was all that matters. Because throughout my 14 years, I saw a lot of people quit the business way too soon. They complain way too much, but there's no money in the meetings, right? Most of the time, they showed up late and they left early. Isn't that true? Right? And so they dropped out. But you know, when I saw that, I realized, you know what? That is really only one secret for me to beat them. It wasn't for me to compete with them, because I realized, you know what, it was pretty easy to compete with people who didn't show up. Isn't that true? All right. What I needed to do was I needed to compete with myself. I needed to make sure I got better, I got stronger, and I survived in the business. And the way I survived was meeting mentality. All right. And the way you and your team, a lot of them will survive is meeting mentality. Because you know, see, a lot of times, guys, before your team ever send in a formal resignation or tell you that they're quitting the business, way before that happens, they already mentally quit in their head, in their mind. They mentally quit the moment they stop showing up to the meeting. Isn't that true? Right? You're just not aware of it. You think, oh, they missed one meeting, that's okay, missed two. But the moment they miss a meeting, the moment they stop showing to the BPM, stop coming to the big event, they've already quit the business mentally. It's just a matter of time. They formally do it. And so our job is to move the people. And, you know, I don't have any necessarily special ways to do it, but I'll tell you really my mindset, my mentality. I think very early on in the business, right, I took the doubt away from my team. See, without a doubt, my team knew very early on that Mark was never going to miss a BPM, that Mark was never going to miss the convention. You see, that's our job as a leader, is to remove those excuses. Isn't that true? Right? They knew I was going to be the first one at the office, the last one to leave, the first one to register for convention, the first one to book my flight. And by always being the first, by always doing it first, I took the uncertainty away from the business. You see, they didn't have to question anymore, is my leader going to show up? Or is my leader going to, you know, register? That's a decision or something they didn't need to worry about. I freed them up to now make their choice, make their decision. And you know what it comes down to is just once in your life, you have to make a decision. Now, the System Builder, page 212 talks about that, right? Do it first. Never miss a meeting. Just once, you have to decide. Once in your life, you have to decide, I'm never going to miss a BPM, never going to miss a local event, never going to miss a big event, never going to miss a super trip. It just takes once. Hey, all I know is in this business, you know, you win degree by degree, but you also lose degree by degree. Isn't that true? You win one meeting at a time, right? And you see, the thing is, I don't know which meeting, and you won't know which meeting it will be where you'll have your explosion. It could be your first convention. For some of you, it could be your 5th. It could be your 10th convention. I don't know. You know, my business, the first 6, 7 years of my business, I built only 2 SMDs. And the last 6, 7 years, we built another 20-something SMDs, right? You never know. It took me quite a long time to have my explosion. And for you, you don't know. But all you need to know is, hey, you're here for a reason. Isn't that true? And you're here for a reason, but you got to find out what that reason is, what the purpose is, so you can plant your flag and make that decision to never miss a big event. You know, as I make sacrifices, you know, the family, and you know, I think about, you know, right now I'm still young and I'm in my 30s, and you know, when you're in your 30s and you make those sacrifices, I remember when I first joined the business, the person who brought me in, he said, hey, Mark, you know, be willing to give up your 20s. Give up your 20s so you can enjoy your 30s. And I didn't quite understand that, because you're supposed to have fun in your 20s, right? But then I understand that now. You know, you work hard in your 20s so you can enjoy your 30s. And you know, those sacrifices you make, the sacrifices I make, my son's not going to understand. My little boy won't understand. My oldest son won't understand. But you know what they will know? You know, 10 years from now, when they're old enough to know, they'll know that their parents are winners. Isn't that true? They'll know that I'm a winner. They won't understand right now. And you know that winning started 13 years ago, started 14 years ago, when I made a decision to never miss a big event, never miss a BPM. So I challenge you guys. If you make the decision, you know, to never miss a meeting, then I believe you'll never stop believing in yourself, and you'll never stop believing in your team, and then you have a chance to win. So have a great convention, guys. Thank you.